Hey y'all, welcome back to North American Welding and Fabrication. I'm John, and here's what I got going today. I'm messing with tires. Now, that didn't happen going down the road, that happened with my knife, but this tire is pretty severely dry rotted. And I had another one on the front that was dry rotted so bad that it was actually leaking air through the dry rot cracks. And as much as baby weighs, that's no bueno. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show y'all some old school stuff that some folks that I know have showed me, and it's kind of something that ain't really nobody doing no more. Everybody just pays the tire technician to swap tires for them. Well, I'm not interested in paying the tire technician to swap tires for me. So what I have is, I think that one's the Hobo Freight version of a handyman jack, and I've got the back end of the Weldabeast here. One of these days I'll get around to fixing this paperweight, but either way, that's irrelevant today because baby needs tires. So lay the tire down like so, and then you stick your handyman jack, bumper jack, off-road jack, whatever you want to call it, right in there like so. And you got to do some repositioning, but you're basically going to start jacking the truck up with this foot right there on the edge of the tire bead, and eventually it'll pop loose and come down. So I'm going to set the camera up and y'all can watch what I'm doing. Alright, let's try that out. You gotta slide that foot in up under the edge of the rim. That way it grabs the bead and really pushes down. But then you just start jacking her up. There she goes. And don't worry about almost dying. It's not that bad. Alright, now you flip it over, and since this is a dually wheel, you need a little bit of support to kind of take up this distance here, because without this it makes the wheel just kick up, and makes it a lot harder to actually break it down. But you just layer like so, and then that piece of tube is right in there. So now, more of the same. Just run your jack up till it gets close, and then reposition the jack or the tire or both, whichever way you need to. level. Getting this backside bead to come on and come off is not as easy as the front side, and if you ain't careful you'll start pushing the truck forward with the jack, so keep your hand out of this gap. Yeah, very dangerous for your phalanges. I'm gonna get a different bite on this one. Come here. See there? Knew I needed a different bite. Would you just get in there? Really, a piece of wood works out a whole lot better than that piece of rectangular tubing that I'm using, but wood's in the back end of the other truck and I'm too lazy to go get it, so just gonna work with what I've got. Sometimes you can get lucky and just let her sit there and she'll come on loose. Probably not going to be the case this time around. I'm probably going to have to turn the tire some, give it a different spot to push down. That's okay. One of the big dangers of using this style of jack in general is when you go to let the load down, the heavier the load, the more dangerous it is. Not only because you had to load up, but this handle, it will slip out of your hand if you ain't careful. And if your face is in this area, you're gonna get the shit knocked out of you. Ask me how I know. Been there, done that. Did not feel good. But as you can see, the bead partially broke there. So now it's been turned, and now my jack wants to act right. So That's a bonus. There she goes. Now that bead's broke, and I'm going to see if I can demonstrate some violence for y'all right quick. See there? That's why these jacks are dangerous. That and the fact that if your vehicle that you're jacking up rolls, it can just drop on you. But that's why you're supposed to chock the wheels on anything that you jack up before you jack it up. But anyways, there's that part. So now we go back down here under the carport, and I'll break it down, or I'll get the tire off the bead with the bars, and yeah, fun stuff. Okay, hopefully everybody can see what I got going on. There's that tire and wheel, and yeah, here we go. First things first, soapy water is going to be your best friend. Hopefully you got a squirty bottle that works better than this thing does, because this one is about as useless as Joe Biden, and that's saying something. Actually, no, I'm not going to insult this squirty bottle like that. I can't think of a single thing as useless as Joe Biden. So stick your bar in there like so, and if you're feeling lucky, you can go on ahead and get a double bite on it, and you just start working your way around the tire. Shove a bar in, maybe kick it a little bit. The older the tire is, and the more rusted the rim is, the more aggravating it is to do this. These tires ain't that old, but these rims came out of the junkyard. And I have no idea how long they were there before I rescued them. Now that part of the bead's off. Get my soapy water again. Stand the tire up. And just gonna go around like so. And hope that what I'm doing is gonna help prevent life from sucking just a little bit more. Alright, now this is the more easier-ish way to do this. You need both bars, but anyways, you get one bar in there like so, and then, well, you don't lose your grip on your first bar, and then you get your second bar in there. And what you kind of want to do is push outward on the rim a bit with your foot once you get where you can. And you'll just be prying like so. Don't let one of these bars slip, because you will pop yourself right between the eyes with it. Been there, done that too. But the further you can get your bars apart, the better they're going to work. And now, this disaster is separated from that disaster. So just throw it over there in the junk pile. And I can get to the second part of this. Well, I guess technically fourth or fifth, or who's counting? I'm not. Anyways, these solid fixed position valve stems are not exactly good for, you know, keeping air in the tire. They like to, as Vice Grip Garage would say, let wind out. We don't need the wind out, we need the wind in. So we're gonna do the right thing and delete these. I've got some of the rubber pull-through style that I'm gonna put in. Also, while you got the tire off the rim, is a perfect time to get rid of these wheel weights. They're pretty easy to take off. They just hammer on, and yeah. Yep, I thought there was one back here. That's probably the reason why this thing's been vibrating going down the road. And I know there's some kind of joke that somebody can make about a vibration going down the road, but I don't have the mental capacity to come up with that right now. So now you take your valve stem core remover, or core wrench, or valve stem wrench, whatever you want to call it, and your new valve stem, and you pull the cap off the valve stem. Then you flip your rim back over, because you're not an idiot, and you'll see there's the hole. You stick this through the hole, thread this onto that, and then once they're threaded together, you can just grab and pull that new valve stem right into the rim, just like it ought to be. Then you just unscrew this off of it. Keep your valve stem cap. Alright, now we check out the rust situation. Yeah, she's got some rust. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this 6-inch stringer bead brush on this 4.5-inch grinder, and I'm gonna run it along these beads and clean the rust up. Here we go. Alright, made it all the way around that way. And we'll come back this way. Good enough. Now I just need to take me a rag and do a little wiping on that rim. It's got some rust and dust and other trash right there, and I don't necessarily want that rolling around inside my new tire. And yes, I actually bought new tires. I was kind of scared to buy new tires because the last truck I bought new tires for was that '08 Dodge 3500 that I named the Wildebeest, and then the transmission went out. So maybe you can kind of understand my reasoning for being a little gun shy on buying new tires. I hope I'm still in the shot. Probably not. Either way, lay that down like so. And then you grab your new tire, and you'll notice there's a yellow dot and a red or pink or orange, whatever you want to call it, dot. What you want to do is you want to line up that red dot with the valve stem on the rim. That really helps out with getting it to the proper level of balance without having to hammer a bunch of weights on it. And honestly, in most cases, you don't even need to go balance it. You're not even going to feel a vibration. Iron Man, all country AT. LT 235 85 16 120/116Q. I have no idea what that is. Load range E BSW. Don't know. Don't care. All I know is holds wind and, you know, helps me grab traction, go down the road. So next step. More stickers? Good God Almighty. Good googly moogly. What is it with tire people and stickers? Anyways, you get your soapy water and you put it on the bead of the new tire, and you really hold back on some of them adjectives, because your squirt bottle still ain't doing squirt bottle things. But yeah, you kind of give her a little bit like that, and then bounce with your knees to get her a little closer. And that's about as good as you're going to get, unless you weigh like 400 pounds, and in which case you'll probably get it all the way on there. But 400 pounds don't exactly jump like 200 pounds does, so keep that in mind. There's that. You just keep hooking your bar in there, you gotta hook your bar over the edge of the rim, like so. And you go back for another bite. And that's that. So now you need more soapy water. Oh, of course, the last tire of the truck. Squirt bottle wants to act right now. Typical. Anyways, you kind of want to stand on this side because your body weight is going to help here in a second. And you hang a bar in there like so, and you flip this bar and you hang it in there like so. Really works out a lot better if you do this every day, but obviously I don't. You just start working your way around. Pretty much direct opposite of what you did to remove the other tire. Be careful not to do anything that's going to put your family jewels or your face at any kind of a risk. Because, you know, welders and tire guys can't make no money if we don't look right. Who am I kidding? Half of us look like Johnny Paycheck and the other half look like George Jones. If you don't know who Johnny Paycheck and George Jones was, I'm sorry for you. I'd have to say you probably ain't old enough to be trying to figure out what I'm up to. And you have definitely been deprived of proper music, at least in the country genre anyways. But yeah, now we take and rotate the rim to match up with that little red dot, and we do this. Now we're ready for the other part of this equation. It's this wonderful juice called bead sealer. And I know you shouldn't have to use it on brand new tires like these are, but these rims with the rust situation and all of that, I've found using bead sealer is a good idea. And you just slather a very generous layer of that in there. Make sure you get it all over the floor, because your wife really likes parking in bead sealer. It's kind of like tack on the asphalt truck, but not quite. It's a little different. Anyways, don't forget, your wife likes to park on this, so get plenty of it all over the floor. And then make sure you walk through it on your knees so it gets soaked into your jeans real good. You just make your way around the tire, giving it all the bead sealer. once you got this side about right, yeah, it's covered, you can take and kind of pop the rim over to the other side and do the same thing. Again, just gonna roll the tire with the rim in it and get a nice, generous, even coat of bead sealer all over that rim. The more you get on the carport, the more your wife's gonna like it. All right. You gotta come back this way, tire. This weather hadn't decided what it wants to do today. It's been from rain to sunshine to windy with little bits of stingy rain, and then other times not so windy but still raining. And why am I starting to feel like I'm in a Forrest Gump movie? Anyways, now that that's, well, that's not evenly coated. Give it just a little more. Alright, there's that. So we tighten that cap up, and it's gonna vulcanize to the can, so you'll never open it again. But we'll verify valve stem position is still proper, and just gonna kind of yeah, give it something like that. Now get out of here. Lean it up against this post that y'all can't see. Alright, now I'm going to show y'all one of my toys that I built a while back after I straightened these tripod legs out. Alright, this here is technically a portable air tank from Tractor Supply. You fill it up and you can air your car tire up with it, kinda. Anyways, I needed a bead seeder, and honestly the ether trick wasn't working all that great for me. I actually blew a valve stem plumb out of a wheel one time doing that. So while I was in Tractor Supply, I got some pipe. Obviously I mashed the end of it with a hammer there. Got this ball valve, cut me a hole in the side of this tank, and welded that pipe and ball valve in. Now I got my own bead seeder that I made, and it does a real good job. So I'm gonna try to get y'all where y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna be right in this area. Hopefully I can do it from the other side where it won't be affecting y'all's view. First order of business is going to be hook up the air chuck and go ahead and have it giving it straight air, straight in. Now, grab your bead seeder and you just give it all of it, all at once. In a perfect world, ideally, you would have had the valve stem core out of that, but this particular air chuck won't put air in anything unless there's a valve stem core in it. So that's another reason why the bead seater came into play. But anyways, now that's getting air, and hopefully that tread design is going to help me go wherever me and baby need to go. I did splash some Rust-Oleum flat black on the hood yesterday, right before it started raining. Actually, no, I did a bunch of sanding on it, and then it started raining, and then I didn't bother masking my windows, and I just shot it with a rattle can because I'm not wasting $400 worth of sandpaper to do that again. So now we need to check air pressure in this tire. Oh, we're still down at 40 psi. Let me roll this tire a little bit. There's another thing that some people are gonna argue about is, see, you got your maximum load single and maximum load dual here, and it goes up and it says at 80 psi max code. Actually, it don't say max, but that's the max. What you do when you really want your tires to carry the proper load the proper way is, a lot of people will say, you look in there on the door jamb and there'll be a sticker that tells you what to air the tires up to, and that's great for a factory tire on a factory vehicle that's never been modified. But say you're running, that truck came with bias plies on it, so even if it had that stupid information in the door jamb, it wouldn't be accurate because these tires are radials. Radials and bias plies do different things. So what you end up having to do, if you really want your tire on there proper, is you read the sidewall of the tire and you find out what the maximum recommended pressure for that tire is, and you subtract about 5 psi off of that, and that's what you set your initial cold tire pressure at. That makes it a whole lot better, gives room for expansion under heat, and yeah. So since these are recommending 80 for maximum, I'm going to go to 75, and that's where these are going to be. Just a fuzz more. $75, close enough. All right, now that's all done and good. Well, hopefully y'all enjoyed my little tire tutorial thing. Sorry it's been months since I posted anything up. It's been just extremely busy, and I'm trying to keep up with customers and get their work done, and that always comes first, obviously. But anyways, I'm trying to get all that done, and on top of that, I had to switch phones and ended up losing a whole bunch of video content, and I'm trying to recover that and figure out where it went. It's just been one thing after another. Sorry it's been so long since I uploaded anything, but hopefully y'all enjoyed this, and hopefully it'll hold you over until I can get things situated and get another more better video up. Anyways, thanks for watching.